Alright, so welcome. This is gonna be like the actual first run, not counting the I don't even want to talk about it. But basically that's gonna work is I'm just gonna kinda go through, do if they have any whatever they want, like they want a genuine reaction. So this person they want have some tips or recommendations because I want to start to do more speedruns. Hell yeah. We love speedruns. So yeah, I'll just give them that and I'll try to tailor like the advice to people's skill level because it's very easy to just be like, oh well, just do the faster strat or just do this other totally different route. I think it's better to understand like certain fundamentals, so I'll try to incorporate that. So let's watch this first run, shall we? So this is going to be at Mr. Ender, SR Ender. So let's check this. How it's going to work is I'm just going to go through it once, just as like no pauses, just kind of go through, get my initial reaction, and then we'll go through again, and then we can go through all this stuff. Should I turn down a little bit? Alright, so already off to already paused it. I'm a stupid idiot. Already off to a good start. It is submittable as of now. Okay. Yup. Okay. Okay. Brutal, okay. Hell yeah. Alright, a good 80% run. Already off to a good start. It is submittable. It is submittable. That's the great thing. So the first room, pretty good. Obviously like some time can be saved in execution, but like any run you'd say that about like any run. And in this like first room, there's only like two notable spots of time saved that you would use something else. For example, when you hit the checkpoint right after shooting the first rocket, you're gonna want to slide instead of dash. The dash doesn't carry you as far and it doesn't go as fast as the slide does. And then for the last box that you shotgun parry, you're gonna want to use like some kind of hit scan because the hit scan will hit instantly. The P-boost takes time to travel there. For example, I use a marksman. Most people use the revolver. I'll show you what I mean with a demonstration. And ISSJ at the end, obviously you don't have to. You can also just CE boost, but that's basically it. And then right here, yep, yep, that's a good place to checkpoint. And then this rocket ride, it's all right. The thing about when you whip it is it takes a really long time. I'm trying to think. Yeah, because the other ways you can do to get up there is you can UB your jackhammer off the guy who spawns like down here. But if you just want a rocket ride, you don't actually have to whip that one because you're standing here and you kind of jump up while you jump in full space. Yeah, what you can do is you can just aim it up, freeze it first, shoot it, slam on it. It's a really easy one. Or you could do the instant one, but I don't think you actually could do it there because you're too low. Because the instant one you have to be aiming like down for, and then you have to do it up. But so if you want to do the rocket ride, you can just freeze shoot it first, get on, and then do that. Might be a little faster. However, with the other strat that you could do instead, that'll be a good bit faster is with the jackhammer. I'll show you what I mean, but you just jackhammer off the guy that spawns right in front of you. Something like that. I know my movement's probably not 100% optimal because I don't run this level that much, but it is the record strat to do the jackhammer. Let me remember. Any tips or recommendations? But yeah, that's that. Good over here at this clip out. I forgot to mention this, but usually when you're rocket riding, you charge the overpump and shoot it at the door once it loads, so you can kind of get to the other side faster instead of having to rocket ride. I'll show you what I mean with that too. Something like that. It is kind of difficult because a lot of the times the angle will be different, so if you have good aim, I would highly recommend it. And even if you don't, it's a really good amount of time save. I would highly recommend learning this. I like this part. And yeah, you missed it, but like, it's whatever. That's a good idea, yep. Yeah, because I'm trying to see. The other thing is that when you do the UB over here, you don't actually have to walk over to where you are. Like I can try to show you. Hold on. Yeah, you don't gotta like go over there. You can just shoot the Malrail at the core instead of having to chase it. It's a little slower. There's also another way to do it that involves the rocket launcher, which is a little faster because the rocket launcher, like the rockets go faster than the core does. So I'll show you what I mean with that too. But yeah, you can see the rocket's a decent bit faster. You can also shoot the core slash rocket a lot earlier than I did in those clips, but just for the sake of the clip, I did it a little late. But you can see how much faster the rocket goes. And then instead of a dash jump for the exit, usually you want to do, it's like a core eject into a slam store. Now, you can also slam store near the start of the door. I'd recommend doing the core eject into it. It looks really flashy and it's not too difficult. I'll show you what I mean, but basically just core eject, slam store off the door, and then slide in the exit, like a slideways. Now here's a demonstration run of everything I've kind of talked about here. It's not gonna be my PB, and I probably won't do this for every run. I'll probably only do it for like shorter any percent runs because I can't run multi-level or P% that well. But basically I just kind of want to show you everything I've talked about. But for the, yeah, other than that, really good run. Especially for like a newer runner. Next one. Okay, it's from Sowsher. Okay, so, I don't, some of you might not know this is a known runner. They're gonna submit, yeah. Cause they, yep, 03 world record. Okay, cool. And they also want me to flame their run, so, okay. Let me turn it down first. Okay, let's flame their run, guys. Let's find a way. Alright. Okay. I don't know. Let me move it. Alright. Yeah. Could have exited later, but that's of course they're gonna put flame their run on a world record, dude. Well, let's see. My guess is that they didn't dash jump like frame 1 out of the checkpoint. Let's see. Cause I gotta abide by the flame their run rule. So let's see. Jesus Christ. Ooh, frame 2. Oh, damn. I don't even think that's true, actually, because I think you dash, I think it doesn't get rid of it the first frame. Okay, cool. Thank you, Sowsher, for that. For the flame your run recommendation. Okay. Alright. Next one is from blank. They are really interested in small details and every stupid time loss this run has. Well, a 22 is actually, that's not bad at all for 0.2%. So let's see. Initial reaction first. Okay. Oh. Yes, it is a really good one. There's one. Yep. Nice. Oh.
Ma che cos'era? Ma che cos'era? Che merda è?
Nice.
Eccolo, il 22.
That's a really good run. There's only 3 things there that I see. The one that's like different strat kind of thing is in this hallway. Cause like if you're going for like record strats, you're supposed to jackhammer boost off that guy that you just passed. So you fly through here at like Mach 12, and then you put oil over here or something. It's also really hard to do, and it saves like maybe a second. That's maybe. Here's a clip of me doing it on 50%. I've done it on 100%, but I cannot be bothered to relearn it. So here it is. Something like that. I wouldn't recommend doing this first. I would do this last if you're going for record. But that's like the only thing that's like other strat, but that strat's like, it's really good. It's fast enough basically for most things. And I don't know, was that frame 1? So the thing about conduction is it's really good, at being just not frame 1 is what I like to call it. So like if in a room full of fodder enemies, a lot of the times it's actually not the best thing you can do, even though it does this. Because if you see, it can't be frame 1. It's not possible because it takes time for it to travel from the first one to the other ones. Like, I think it technically can. Well, I don't even think so. I think you'd have to time it extremely perfectly when the certain filth dies. Because it's just extremely difficult to get frame 1. I don't even know if it's possible. But this also, I think this is what most people do. Because it's like, when I say not frame 1, it's like maybe 50 milliseconds over. Or like, maybe 0.1, maybe. So it's not that big of a deal. But and this section was good. Use that one. So right here, usually what you want to do is you want to turn right and UB down this hallway. Because you see you got rail charge. You can use it for the exit, but the exit, you save more time in this hallway by doing it. But again, same thing here. It's super hard because of these things, these crushers right here. They are the most annoying thing ever, because it's so weird. The UBs feel so random because you just sometimes just hit these crushers like 90% of the time. If I remember right, you have to UB and then slide in the hit stop, so you have a better chance of not doing it, and also at a certain spot, but it's just annoying. That was a good timing for the CE boost. And then one thing here I will say is that you did back up a ton, which when you could have went forward, because you see now you're starting to slide from back here while this door is already unlocked. You could have been up here. So for what I would recommend is when the rocket's frozen here, I'd go over here ish. So when it explodes, you do the slam door over here, and then, or even just like land closer to this door, because you can see it's unlocked right now, and it's unlocked for a while, I think, before you can go in there. Yeah. And then this part's good. I think that conduction was a little late, but again, same thing, not really a huge deal. And then good flicky B exit. Yeah. Overall, really good. Around 22 OTP% is really good. But those are the main things, are just those like 3 things. It's the jackhammer at the start, but I would do that like if you want to get this down to like record, I'd do that last. It doesn't save a ton of time. It's super difficult because the door, and then there's like a little ledge or something. It's terrible. And then just the what was it? This room, this UV right here, and then this next room. I would just make sure you're close to the door when you slide. But that's about it. All right. Then next one is exotic, genuine reaction. Watch the first run. Limbo any percent. Ooh, we got a layer run. Little pre-run note that I think would be funnier if you knew now. This guy actually has the Limbo any percent record, and I did not know that because I'm not good at keeping up with like the layer runs. So you can see me throughout the run realize that this guy is absolutely insane at Limbo any percent, and I actually ended up checking the boards to see if he had record, and he did. Okay, check mark is submittable. Hell yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Damn. What the fuck? God damn. Holy shit. Fucking way. Jesus Christ, that arch flip is annoying too. Uh-huh. Yep. Jesus. Okay. Red line. What the fuck? What? Hold on. Okay, I'll switch it. Hold on. What the fuck was that? That was insane. Yeah, no shit. Oh my god. What the fuck was that? 1-1 and 1-2. Damn. What is that even on normal 1-1? 9.92. Jesus Christ. Oh. There it is. Okay. Because on 1-1, 9.9. That's like crazy. Yeah, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. You're insane. I don't even have anything to say to that. This 1-2 is insane. That was good. Like, I don't even have anything I can even say to that. I think, like, the only thing I could even possibly say is when you're in this room, like, when you rocket ride, you can, like, slam store off the wall while you're waiting, and then when you get in here, you can just slide jump and have more speed. That's, like, it. Jesus. You're insane. Yeah, Jesus. Alright, goddamn. Alright, next person. Yeah, I have no tips for that one. Alright, hope I don't get an ad. Oh, it's Curbs. Oh, W Curbs. Curbs is also a known runner. They don't run super often, but they're good. 2-4. Let me turn it down a little bit. Okay. Oh, it's P%. So I don't run 2-4 too much. Yup. And what kill is that? Is that the old kill? No, yes it is. Good kill time. W exit. Kind of the same thing for the other one. There's not much I can really say about this one. I also don't run 2-4 too much. Like, really good run. I think, like, the only thing I could possibly say is just SSJ spam in this hallway. And that's it. But SSJs are annoying, so... Yeah, really good run, and that was a really good kill. This kill, on the 2-4, you know, Corpse King Minnows, is really RNG. For, like, the most part, like, it's just the amount of damage it does is exactly tied to how late you punch this coin that you do. Because basically what happens is you throw these coins into the eye, you shoot those, and then you throw another one. And then it's just how late can you punch it once this, like, the beam hits it. That's all it depends on. And then it's just, that's how much damage he takes. And then he takes it at a certain speed. Like, sometimes he'll be left with a lot more health and you have to do a bunch of garbage to, you know, fix it. But yeah, really good run too. Damn, I'm just getting good runs. Crazy runs. Alright, next one. Raul12. What is this? Ooh, 1-4. Well, here, first thing, activate Windows. Activate Windows, please. But you can do it for free. Okay. I was about to say, really good UV time. I would be surprised if that made it out. Oh, Iverdove? Ooh. Oh, really? It's topped in. Ooh. Hell yeah. Alright. That was a really good run. I'm trying to see. 1-4 is one of my... Because the other levels, I'm sorry I didn't give a lot of stuff for them. I don't know a ton about the other level. This is my kind of stuff. I know a good bit of 1-4. 8-4 UB. That's good. I think could have rocket jumped a little later. Yeah, a little bit, but not really. I did completely forget to explain why you want to rocket jump later. The later you rocket jump, the longer you're going at 120 horizontal units.
as opposed to 70. So later you rocket jump, it's like a little faster the later you rocket jump without obviously not rocket jumping, you know. Now obviously these measures aren't perfect, I'm sure there's other jank, but it's been tested extensively. As you can see, it saves a decent bit of time.
And then, you know, I'm not 100% sure, because you put the rocket like you're gonna UBX it, but you didn't end up doing it. Maybe there's a reason for that, or like you just didn't you wanted to get the sub 10, and that's fine. Usually if you do UBX, you want to place it way closer to you and land on the top of these stairs. Like here, I'll try to show you where you want to do it. I'm up here. A little bit, can't see. Usually you want to put the rocket like about here and then land like here, but yeah, I think you might have also did this pretty late, because yeah, I think you did that late, and that's, I think you're probably not going to get a lot of speed going in the exit, because usually you want like, yeah, usually you get like 60 or 70, 6, 7.
No, I'm sure that exit probably wasn't perfect, but that just shows like you want to be higher up when you slam, just so that way you get all the speed you can get. That's usually why you want to make sure you're over pumping or fupping pretty early. Like as soon as he jumps basically is when you can do it, because not only are you saving time on the arm grab, you're also saving time on the exit because you're higher up.
But really good run. W hyper death, by the way. I've seen a lot of people doing hyper death now. It's crazy. But yeah, hell yeah. Alright. Next person. Boom. Let's see. More 1-4, hell yeah. We love 1-4. Okay, one second, I gotta turn this up. Alright. Input overlay, yo. Okay. Split Georgie? Normal Georgie, okay. Alright, good run. A few things about it. This was a little late, because you can do that at like the fastest you can get it is 0.05-ish. I think you can do it at like 0.04 or something if you're lucky. But oh jeez, I missed. There, right here. Because you did at 151. You can usually probably do it a decent bit earlier. But that just kind of comes with like doing the lineup enough to where you're confident you are where you need to be. Because like it's hard to do it really fast, like if you aren't 100, like, you know, but just the more you do it, you'll get faster at it. And then I can't tell. And then right here, because you were aiming your like oil a little down, so you can see you actually lost all your speed here, right here. That's why you didn't go as far as you need to be. The rocket jump still worked because it caught the oil a little bit behind you, but yeah, I would just aim your rocket, like the oil, a tiny bit more up, at least for that part. You can aim it kind of that far down, but when you get to there, it kind of gets iffy. Like you can, it'll be random though. No complaints about the kill. Like again, like kind of like something like execution. You could have done it faster, but like again, that applies to like any run, and it just comes with practice. So you know what I mean.
And what I meant by execution is mainly the double dead coin, but also like just the overall kill execution. But again, like I said, comes with time.
And then was a good exit. The only issue on the exit is something I actually kept doing, and I didn't know why I wasn't getting good exits. Is because you want to land on the red thing. Because if you don't, you'll get this little, oh jeez. You can see like how you hop up a little bit when you go in the exit, right there, and see how you land here. That's because you actually hit this teeny tiny Hikita bullshit slope right there. Because you landed on it and you went up, and you kind of get flung up more instead of straight. And when you get flung up, you hit the ceiling, and then you kind of go down and you land in front of it. So it kind of ends up being a little bit slower. So the main thing when you're doing your exit is, because you were high enough, you usually want to get like 65 to 70 on the exit if you're doing slideways. You just want to really make sure you're landing on this. And then also obviously make sure you're high enough, but usually you'll be high enough. But yeah, really good run though. Hopefully, because we keep having 1-4 runners, we have so many of them, but it's also so awesome to see because all of a sudden you'll get like random people like just hitting like random hyper death kills, and then I'll see them and I'll be like, when did? Because I remember when that was like 2-3 people maybe could do it, and now it's like everyone's learned. It's super cool. Super cool to see. All right, next one. I'd like to hear your advice. It would be okay to make fun of it if you want. 2-2, another 2-2 run. Okay, it is submittable. Okay. Alright. Alright, pretty good. I think this is gonna kind of be like the other one. I don't really play 2-2 that much, so I can't give you perfect advice. Here, this one's gonna be a little more like, this one's gonna be execution-wise for the most part.
No, this one might get a little repetitive because it's kind of the same as the first one, so I'll kind of just refer back to what I said in the first one. Like, the main thing here is also just gonna be like the hit scan on the one box.
Because there, you kind of want to be, for that, you want to be a little closer to the door, because if you're not, you can kind of see how you're blocked by this thing. The closer you are to the, like if you're closer to the door, you can kind of have more of an angle on it. And that was good. Were you sliding there? I think you weren't sliding during your C boost. I can't tell though. Yeah, future awkward, they were not sliding. When you don't slide during your C boost, if you just walk forward and shoot it down, you only get about like 45, 50. So yeah, usually you'll get like, you know, 51, 50, that kind of stuff. For a C boost, you want to make sure you're sliding when you release the core. So like, I'll show you. So I get like 71, 71. You just want to make sure you're sliding.
Or at least sliding when you shoot the core. You can stop sliding when you're done. It just, when you're sliding it, for some reason, it'll just make you go faster.
And then for here, kind of the same thing. You did do that rocket ride. You could just UB up, like up and to the right, or do the jackhammer. The jackhammer is a little better, like it's a little faster. Plus you get to save your rail. But yeah, and then here also kind of the same thing. I would use the over pump, but this that you do, yeah, the flip that you do also works. This is good. Yep. And then usually you're supposed to see boost in here instead of dash jump, but that's kind of like, you know, nitpicky. But yeah, good run. And oil in the exit, but yeah. Hell yeah. Have a lot of 2-2 runs. That's a very, very random one. All right. 4-2 Mashman. I know this person. Good starting, you babe. Hell yeah. Big grab. Oh, Theo drop? Damn. W speed? Yup. Hell yeah. Really good. I mean, same thing here. I don't really have any. There's no complaints at all, actually. I'll say that Theo drop was really good. The reason these are super annoying, for anyone who doesn't know, especially this one, is that if you know about 4-2, the skulls, they have a little shield around them. So what speedrunners will do is you can see how it's not there or the skull. So they'll basically use these lineups. So they'll load the room, they'll throw their whip and then time it so the room loads when their whip is inside the cage, but when the whip is inside the cage, so they can grab the skull through the cage, like you'll see here. It actually, right when their whip is inside of where the cage would be, they time it so the room loads, and the cage loads around the whip. So that's why this is super impressive, because you usually use like a lineup. This is called Theo drop. It's pretty difficult. It apparently gets consistent. I've heard it's really difficult, but it's especially difficult when you do it fast. So like this is really quick. So that's very impressive. And then yeah, this part was easy perfect. W. It's a W song. Yeah, hell yeah. W. Next one. Ooh, Cactus. Okay, so Cactus is also a known runner. They actually run on controller.
They're one of the very few people that run a controller, and they are one of the only people I know that run a controller. This is 6-2. W start. Oh, okay. Yeah, so as you can see, they're kind of limited with controller, because I think they're capped at how high they can put their sensitivity. But obviously, even without that, Ultra Kill is an extremely hard game for controller, because of how much looking around you have to do and how much you're constantly moving in every axis. Really good kill. That's really good. They were going for the 24 for a very long time. It's extremely impressive that they got it. Again, on controller is fucking crazy. I keep telling them they need to switch to keyboard and mouse. Damn, they almost beat me. Yeah, I keep telling them they need to switch to keyboard and mouse because they'd be insane on keyboard and mouse. But they like controller too much. But yeah, also really good run. I don't even know. Yeah, just SSJ. Just SSJ. Yeah, because that was really good. And using the conch is smart, because if you don't, because of where they have to UB, because again, their sensitivity is really low, they use the conch so they don't hit the ground beforehand and have to slide. I do wonder if when you shoot this rocket, if you could take out the coin, throw it, and then shoot your rail at the coin instead of turning like that. But I don't know if it'd even be faster. Hell yeah. W24, they were trying to get it for a while. It's awesome. Ooh, Placento. They are also a pretty known runner. Flamey as if you were Pat Costas. Okay. Alright. Act 1 Noma. Okay, this is gonna be a longer run. Alright. Is this even... I don't think this is submittable. I can't hear the audio. Oh, this is an old one too. Okay, so yeah, this isn't... When did they upload this? 2 weeks ago? Yeah, you gotta change your FPS counter, and you have to turn up your game audio if you want it to be submittable. But... Oof. Alright, okay. That is an interesting choice. That was a choice. I mean, rocket riding there? I would just UB. Just UB, bro. And you had rail. But like, just flick UB, I mean. And then yeah, here you could just C boost. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that exit. That exit's only really used on 4-1 for like full game because you don't have rail. Oof. Whoa. Why are we doing inbounds? We loaded a checkpoint in the big 25. It's not even 25. Oh, nice hooky exit though. I'm so used to saying in the big 25. Okay. Ooh. Reset! Please reset, for the love of God. Please reset. Just reset the run. Please. Okay. We're so back. We're back. Your lineup's a little off, but that's alright. Okay. Yep. Oh. Reset, please. Please reset. Please reset. Please. 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 The run's done. It's over. Okay. No. Okay, please, you gotta reset, man. It's, no! It's too early. It's too early. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Please. Okay. Okay. We're there. We're so back. We're back. Okay. Yup. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're back. Yup. Nice.
Hell yeah. We're back. We're back. No more mess ups. That's fine. I mean, that UV is annoying. This is also RNG, so I'm not gonna roast them for that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot Sonoma. Good flicky VX then, that was a good time. For full game Noma, you want to conk a bunch though. Okay. If you don't use conk, I'm gonna get mad. Okay. Good. Oh, we missed. Ooh. Okay. That's alright, we're there. We're good. We're locked. You can go out of bounds for this, but I think it's a really tight timing because, oh, okay. I think it's a really tight timing for the exit to load. 3-1. Okay. Also fine. That part's really pretty precise, and that kind of happens in most full game runs. Or not full game, but multi-layer. Okay. Can you just checkpoint? Oh my god. Don't do my level like this. You dashed the wrong way. Why? Okay. It's an amazing run. Amazing. Never been better. Oh yeah. Okay, next run. Mr. Funkle. Flame it, but I do want actual tips and advice. Alright, what is this? 1-3 any of the soap route, okay. Ooh. I don't like that dash jump there. Okay. 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 Not bad. The one thing I will say is you had a few interesting choices with certain movement stuff. So for the start, there's like a few levels ever that use a dash jump going out because you land here with 0 speed. The only levels that use it are levels that you instantly do something at the start. So like 3-2 is an example, because you don't have, it doesn't matter how much speed you have because you instantly, dash this way. It doesn't really matter. But for what, 80, well, probably like more like, for most levels, you'll see them just do a slam store here and then just slide out. Like for example, for this one, what I'd recommend is going like this and sliding out this way and then just dash jumping like that.
And then for your movement after grabbing the soap, you kind of did like a dash, dash, dash slide jump, which is kind of slower. You should probably do, I'll give you 3 options. But yeah, I probably wouldn't use the dash, dash, dash slide jump stuff because it's a lot slower than just using a weapon or two.
But that's the only thing, is really your movement in between stuff, and then mainly this start. The start was not, you don't want to dash jump for that. There's not a lot of levels you'll want to dash jump for. This was good though. This was good too. And then I think your exit could have been sooner, but that's kind of nitpicky at that point. But yeah, also really good run. Hell yeah, we got a lot of good runs. Avalon's a really good runner too. They want me to flame their run. All right. What is this? 04p%. Ooh. I also know this level. Yeah, they have to run on very low graphics because they get very bad FPS. Because even on like this resolution, they're still only getting like 150. Alright, let's see. SSJW. Really good starting room. Oh no. Okay. Alright, so that was all really good. I don't know. Like this is pretty hard to do for barely a lot of, like only a little bit of time saved. The SSJ and all that stuff. I don't know why you did this if you're doing all the other ones. Because this one, you're supposed to just do the rocket trap. The rocket trap is really annoying, I'll give you that. But that'll save a ton of time. Because that was like... it was very, very weird. Very, very odd choice. But sub 16 is really good, and this exit was also really good. Like, every room was good, it's just this hallway that you just see Ustian do the rocket trap. I don't know. You don't gotta do that. But it is a lot easier, though. But other than that, this whole run is really good. Like, this last room is really good. The first room is really good. This exit is really good. You could easily get, like, low 16, if not 15. Pretty easily. Yeah, Claire 1. Alright, sorry, there's an ad. Let's go. Ooh, stretch dress. Oh, this level, I do not like 7-2. Okay. Dang, okay. Pretty good run. Let me see. I don't think I have any complaints here. Usually, I think they do a different start. You could do the insta-clip, which is like super annoying hard, but it would be faster. And then flame your run. Okay, you pause buff for a fuck ton.
Also, no Flicky Bees lame. Flicky Bees are too cool not to do.
It's like, this is fine. You don't want to pause buffer and you can. I would highly recommend not pause buffering when you don't need to, because it's kind of like a stylistic thing. It kind of makes your run look like, you know, a lot of times, even if you have like a really good run, if you pause buffer a lot, you'll get a lot. It doesn't look as like clean. However, for this part, I'm gonna give it a pass, because it's one of those things where a lot of the time, if you're doing it fast, you'll mess this up and you'll instantly have to reset the run. Like, if you see, I don't remember what was the level I'm thinking of? When I ran like 6-1 inbounds, there's a trigger skip at the start that I was really bad at, so a lot of the times in my runs, even the ones I would finish, I would pause buffer right after it, because I was so used to failing it that I would instantly reset almost. So I get these ones, but I would recommend not. It also can mess up your timings. That was a pretty good exit. Yeah, hell yeah. Not subscribed. My bad. Yeah, other than that, really good run. Well, I gotta flame it, so bad run. Oh, that's a flick UV here. Looks cooler. Yeah, pretty good run. I don't know a lot about 7-2. A lot of these levels I don't know a ton about, but... And then, yeah, I'm not doing this guy. Ignore him. Genuine reaction, but if possible, I'd like advice on how to improve my strategy instead of just entirely new ones. Yeah, this is done before fraud, okay. So this was pre-fraud. And yeah, I'll plan to do that. 5-2p%? Ooh. Alright. Oh, okay. Alright.
Very interesting choice. Oh, okay.
Okay. So I can tell these are homemade routes. For sure.
Mad respect to the homemade routes, though.
It's not bad for homemade routes, though. Okay. Yup. Good rocket trap. Nice rest dunk. Yup. Perfect. Jackhammer. Yup. Perfect. Good job doing it up, too, so the orb doesn't hit you. Slab marksman. That is an interesting pick. Alright. And then what do you do for this? Let's see. Okay. Jackhammer spam, yeah. We love that. I should kill you up and then just slide out. Ooh. That works. this is one of those things where it's definitely a homemade route, and it's very, very good for a homemade route. That's what I will say. So if you want to suggest other strategies, let me think. Or not other strategies, and just try to improve these ones. I'm gonna try to find the main things. One, I wouldn't use this gun. I would swap this out with the slab and swap the marksman out with the normal marksman. Because the thing is, the slab marksman is only better than the default marksman if you're in a boss level where it's just you and the boss. When you have a bunch of other targets, especially fodder enemies, you want default marksman.
Especially in P%, and really in speedrunning, you're never going to use slab marksman unless for very specific things like 2-4, but you don't even need it for that.
Because you can just switch, but it makes those coin shots a lot slower, and having the slab sharpshooter is a lot better, because the main benefit of this is not that it even does more damage, because you really only need this to do the Marie skills. You can use it for other stuff, but not really a big reason to. Is that if you can see here, it has build up here. You can't do it instantly. It takes that much build up at least. That slab, on the other hand, let me give it a second, is instant. That's why that's nicer. But here, let me go to the level real quick. So I want to say your first thing was here. Let me see. That was good. Say the thing about when you kill the Maurice is that when it goes up, anything goes up in the thing. So what usually you'll see people do is they'll punch him first and then do this. Jesus, my hands are not good today. Usually you see him like punch it and then go for it. Do it better than I did, shoot it earlier, but
yeah, they usually punch the sentry first, so that way the Maurice like shockwave from when you kill it doesn't fling him up in the air and you gotta go find him.
Alright, let's see over here what you do. Because I think here was pretty good. I'm trying to see, because I want to see how to improve these ones. And you have this for that. Okay. Now, with that strategy, it's probably about as fast as you can really go. If you really want to do it that way, what I do is
I'll give you 3 examples. One of them I'll have them like keeping the E-rail for conduction. One of them I'll just route out the rail and the conduction. Then I'll show you the record clear. Like, the issue is that the clear you have is kind of capped, and it can just be, it's just kind of slow. I mean, you can keep doing it, but execution wise you basically got it down. I mean, maybe faster dashes to the right spot, but that's about it.
Next, I think for the next room you did the conduction again, which is fine because this room clears a little complicated without the conduction, so I'll say that's probably fine. And you slide a lot, but it's kind of hard when you have the homemade route. What I'd recommend is going through and seeing, because a lot of the times what people forget to route when they make their routes is the movement in between the clears. Like, I used to be guilty of this too, but you got to remember that for each clear you have to get to the next room. So a lot of the times in my old clears you would be completely dash capped because I just like spam dash jumps and stuff, or just slide. So what I'd recommend is, while also routing the room clears, kind of route the movement to the next room as well. And then you did this room clear good, especially if you have like that homemade route. Because with that, with the conduction, that's probably good unless you want a whole different route, but yeah. And then for here, kind of the same thing with like the slab marksman, because you saw you had to like switch it a bunch and it makes it hard to do all the coins in time. But
The other thing you could do is when you get here, is you just throw them up and then dash them. Do that, kills most of them. Let's see what you did for this room. This room can be annoying. Alright. I don't... What, can they... I forgot. Can they dodge that? If they dodge... Because I don't think you have to do this slarp there. I think you can just do the UV, yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do the slarp for those guys, you can UV. And then for the boss kill... That's kind of the same thing. If you want to keep the route the exact same, there's not much to change. Usually what you see people do here. Oh no, it's a really good run. Especially for like a homemade route. Homemade routes are very impressive. What is your channel name? :3. Oh no. Who's this about to be? Oh, it's Pumpkin. Any percent maize and 11. Okay, so this is... I'm assuming maize is just not doing trigger skips. Okay. Pretty good. Oh, Jesus. SSJ dive. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. You can do the... I think you can do the slam store a little differently for when you're going out. I think you're supposed to... No. Well, you can do the instant clip, but... Because that's what I'm thinking of, so never mind. But... Yeah, just do the instant clip, bro. So I'd say... Also, no duck boost right there. And then, good SSJ dive though. Those are really annoying to do. And then that's a... I don't see that UB very often that way, doing the UB exit. Very interesting way. Yeah. Hell yeah. And then... I don't know how to say that. Tomerkre. Let's see. Prelude sub 1. Ooh, sub 1's good. Okay, it is submittable. It is submittable. Okay. Alright. Not bad. Fraud full game. Maybe they were running full game and they just took it out of the full game. Okay. SRS is an interesting choice to have in your hand right now. Oh, that's why. Was this a flame you run one? It was. Okay, good. You should just instant rocket ride. It's not too hard to learn either. Once you get the timing down, it's pretty easy, but... Okay. Oh, no. Good save at least, but... You didn't need to go backwards there. You can run. Oh, trigger skip meadows. Alright. Okay. Alright. A little bit iffy, but that's fine. You can do it a little farther back so you don't have to do it late. Just give it. Interesting choice. I'm assuming you're trying to conk there, but I'm not seeing a lot of conks. That was a little late. I don't know if your rockets are going to be there alive. Okay. You got it. Ooh. That, what? You went like diagonal. W fraud. I don't even, how did you keep that speed? Huh. W. Yeah, it's just kind of like a execution thing. It's like this could have been a little faster. Yeah, and you kept missing your cock, so like it's funny. But yeah, W.